A rare look inside Bulldog football, December 30th on 11 Alive.
From New York, free TVs just for looking at our timeshare condos. It's Late Night with David Letterman. Tonight, from Law & Order, actor Paul Sorvino, supermodel Elle Macpherson, musician Lou Reed, and author Jim Dwyer, plus Paul Schaefer and the world's most dangerous band. And now, Time's Man of the Year, David Letterman.
Welcome to the show, kids. I'm the host, and my name's Dave. Thank you for dialing us up tonight. Let me tell you something humorous that happened to me last night. You ever get an appliance in your house and then you can't? Oh, no. That's a different story. There's a woman in the audience who was telling us she bought a refrigerator, and it's a whole different story. No, we'll get to that story a little bit later. No, I'm talking about my CD player. There they are. Right? It turns out this very nice woman bought a brand new refrigerator, and as you can see, she couldn't be happier with the. But anyway, I'm at home last night, and I'm playing around in my home entertainment center, and I have the CD player there. And are you like me? Are you fascinated by electronic gadgets? Man, they drive me nuts. I'm saying to myself almost daily, how does this work? So, just for the fun of it, I open the drawer, the little CD thing slides out, and I put in a pancake. And from dinner, you know, we'd had pancakes at the house. And I'm goofing around. I slid the pancake in there and closed it and pushed play. And I swear to goodness, for one brief, exhilarating second, I thought I heard Aunt Jemima sing. I swear to you. I think it... Refrigerator explode, did it, ma'am? Kill some of the neighbors? I know, okay. Well, I guess first week in January, Time magazine named their Man of the Year. Ted Turner was named Man of the Year. Thank you, Jane. I know he appreciates that. And today, Time magazine named their Uncle of the Year, Ted Kennedy. So there you go. That's all you really... I'll be the first one to tell you I don't understand much about politics. Now, maybe you folks can help me with this. Earlier, I guess it was like a week ago, George Bush announces finally and formally and officially the Cold War is over. Okay, all right, so the Cold War is over. Now, today in New Hampshire at a luncheon, Dan Quayle says the Cold War is on. And be sure to drink plenty of fluids. So what the hell... Thank you. I'll pass those booze on to our vice president. You know, I don't know why you would kid yourself and not watch this. What's the matter? Oh. I don't know why you wouldn't want to watch tonight's program. Paul Sorvino is with us this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Fine actor. I was reading his biography, and it turns out he's been in many, many films. And every film Paul Sorvino has been in, he's played a character named Paulie. It's just how that works. Also, oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, a little something special for you tonight. Leggy supermodel Elle Macpherson is here. That's right. Yes, we're running a USO club here tonight. We had men in uniform in here, and we bring out the babes, and they couldn't be happier. Next week, Marines on leave, so tune in for that. Lou Reed is also on tonight's program. And the gentleman who at one time was the New York Newsday subway columnist, Jim Dwyer, is with us tonight. Now, here's our friend Paul Schaefer. He's right over there. Hey, Lloyd. Hey, Lloyd.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Bailey.
That is marvelous.
Hey, Bailey. Paul, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I guess, you know, Bob Hope, if he were he to go over to a demilitarized zone...
That's right.
He would take probably Jerry Colonna, Joey Heatherton.
Yes.
And we have Paul Sorvino and Elle Macpherson, and I'm just thrilled to be alive.
Yeah. Good for you.
Thank you.
You know, have you noticed how warm it is here in the city? I tell you what, because the weather has gone nuts all over the United States. Earlier today, or maybe late last night in the Detroit, Michigan area. Anybody here from Detroit? Great. Can I get a ride home? Thank you very much. They had like 16 inches of snow. Did you hear that? Yeah. And here in New York City, Hal, if you could, give us a little current meteorological data. Press it right up there on the screen, and let's take a look and show the folks. All right. Temperature right now is 52 degrees. This is January. What is the date today, Morty? January the Monday. The what? January 14th, and but it's unbelievably warm for this time of year. Is that a record? Oh, no, we're not even near a record. What the hell am I talking about? Back in 46, the record was 70 degrees, and in 1876, 3 degrees. Yeah, but you know why they're saying this is, don't you?
Why is it?
El Nino. El Nino.
El Nino.
Yes, it's a pool of warm tropical water that kind of sneaks up the coast of Baja out in the Pacific, and it affects and moderates and changes all weather patterns.
El Nino.
El Nino! Say it again, Paul.
El Nino.
No. El Nino! Come on, let me hear it.
El Nino!
Yeah, thank you very much.
Get Elle Macpherson out here, then you'll see something.
You know, I want to tell you another story about Elle Macpherson. Before the broadcast tonight, I wanted to welcome her back to the program, so I had Mary Connolly, staff member Mary Connolly, who's in charge of Elle Macpherson tonight. I said, could you introduce me to Elle or show me where she is? I want to say hello. And she says, okay. So we go over and we knock on her door, and she's in there, and she says, yes, who is it? That was me doing Elle Macpherson. And Mary Connolly says, it's Mary Connolly and Dave. And she says, there's a little pause, and she says, what's it about? She wasn't all that eager to talk to me. Yeah.
She didn't know
What do you
it was
have?
you.
We're getting a little something here. It's
She
the
didn't
what?
know it was you.
Today is Wednesday, the 15th. Today is tomorrow. Oh, thank you. Very nice. One of those old Chinese proverbs. Thank you very much. Yeah, okay. It's Wednesday the 15th today. Well, look at that. She's coming out here in leather. She's coming out here in leather. We're going to need some talcum powder. Today is tomorrow. And now some more Zeppelin, Stairway to Heaven. You know, since it is the beginning of the year, it's 1992, and we think to ourselves, now, what better time than now to start improving the show? And so we're going to show you tonight some things we hope to do to improve our television program. First of all, beginning today, every time I tell a joke, I'll be making one of those wacky comedy faces like this. And you'll hear that goofy sound effect. Now, we want this show to be more reality-based as well, like those programs Cops and America's Most Wanted. So we're going to be using this cellular phone monitor to pick up telephone conversations in the area. Here, let me switch this on. Let's listen now.
Is this the New York Taxi Cab Commission? I want to make a complaint.
Do you get that? Even the commissioner doesn't speak English. Now, here's something else we're proud of, and I think we're the only show that has this. This is a special paint sniffing section for our studio audience members. Take a look at that. This is, there you go. The audience member is now enjoying some paint. They're up there sniffing paint. All you need to know is today is tomorrow. You know, it's an election year, and we realize our responsibility is to inform. So once again, we'll be bringing you gavel-to-gavel coverage of both the Democratic and Republican political conventions, hosted by our own Paul Schaefer and stage manager Biff Henderson. Next, you asked for it. Here it is, incredibly high-powered lighting. There you go. Here's another swell extra, free HBO. These are things we're going to try to do to improve the show. Not necessarily improve tonight's show. You can also look forward to more classic Victor Borge-style comedy from our own Paul Schaefer. Paul? You know how sad this is, ladies and gentlemen? We're stealing material from an 80-year-old Danish piano player, and it's the hit of the night! You can also look for some personnel changes on the program. Larry Bud Melman will be entering a federal witness protection program, so he'll be looking and sounding a little different. Isn't that right, Larry?
Right you are, Mr. Letterman.
Okay. Thanks, Larry. Bye. Ought to get that suit in a protection program. And finally, here's what we hope will be the comedy hit of the year. We call it Fun with a Bug Lamp. Watch this. Okay, there you go. Just a couple of ways we're going to try to improve our program for 1992. We're going to do a commercial. Paul Sorvino is here. Elle Macpherson is here. We'll be right back. And you'll hear that.
Linda, I'm not really your boyfriend. I'm an actor. What? This house. It's just a set. Your parents? They're extras. Oh, Mac, here, have a Sprite. See, Linda? It's all an illusion. The only thing that isn't fake is this and us. Linda?
Catch Macaulay Culkin in Home Alone 2, now playing. Rated PG.
When a woman buys Monistat 7, she's getting more than just a cure. She's getting the #1 doctor-recommended cure for yeast infections. And she's getting a cure that starts to work the first night. But maybe more importantly, she's getting peace of mind.
Hi, is this the nurse?
Because only Monistat 7 has a nurse answering our 800 number. In case a woman has a question and needs to talk to someone. Monistat 7, more than just a cure.
These are nice-looking glasses, but they're always slipping. Can lens crafters help?
Yes, they're too big. At Lens Crafters, every frame style comes in a range of sizes, so we've got the right size for you.
Now my glasses look great and stay put.
Lens Crafters, better fit for greater comfort in about an hour.
Make this Christmas an Olga Christmas. Imagine all the classics played by Olga Montero on her magic harp.
Still going. Nothing outlasts the Energizer. They keep going and going.
Come home to the warmth of the holidays with Wheel of Fortune.
It's Family Week.
On Wheel of Fortune.
It's a week-long celebration as family members pair up for this yearly wheel tradition.
We're trying to do a couple of carols. Oh, doggone it, we don't. Well,
gather your family together and join in the holiday spirit with Santa, his reindeer, and plenty of fantastic presents.
Wishing you the best this holiday season.
There's no place like Wheel for the holidays on Wheel of Fortune.
All this week on TV 41.
The reason the weather is odd now is what, Paul?
El Nino. El Nino.
Yeah, and how about some kind of Spanish musical flourish to accompany that?
Give us a little Spanish music.
All right, say it. Yeah. El Nino. All right. No. I'm trying to make something out of nothing, and
I know.
It's still nothing. We should get that Victor Borga on the show.
Now you see, now you're talking.
And also, I don't even know if I should mention this. During the commercial, I went into the makeup room to say hello again to Elle Macpherson. And she's a little embarrassed because they told the story about not answering the door. And she says, well, should I say it or not?
Well, you might as well. Might as well say
well,
it.
Let me see if it's okay with the sailors. Is it all right, guys, if we say a little? Okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to offend them. She says, I couldn't come to the door. I was naked. The boys are getting their hats and checking out. Our first guest has been in motion pictures that include Goodfellas, played the character Paulie in that. Also, Dick Tracy. He is one of the stars of NBC's hit series Law and Order. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is once again, Paul Sorvino. Paul.
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Nice to see you. You're, I forgot what you're a large man. How tall a guy are you?
I'm 7'6".
No, seriously.
No, oh, no, I'm 6'3".
No, you're taller than 6'3", aren't you?
About 6'3".
6'3", and could I ask you what you weigh?
Yeah, you could.
All right. What do you weigh?
Yeah, you could ask me.
No, but you seem like a, but you carry, I'm
245.
245. Yeah. Well, that seems, on you, it seems just about right.
Thank you. He knows what to say.
Now you
got some good tunes, man. What?
Yeah, well, they're the best.
Good tunes,
sure.
dude.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Just jot that down.
Yeah.
Good tunes, dude. Okay.
Yeah. Especially from an opera singer, right?
I'll use that in my Tiger Beat interview when they call later. How you been? Now
I've been really wonderful.
Yeah.
Yes.
I made a joke about you being Paulie in a lot of movies.
It was very funny. I laughed.
Oh, good. Thank God.
I thought it was very funny. Because if I didn't think it was funny, I'd take you fishing.
But now, in Goodfellas, was that your character?
That was my name, Paulie,
yeah. Tell us a little bit about that, because when I saw that film, and I guess everybody had the same reaction, geez, it was intense and kind of rough and just edgy and... Was it like that when you made it, or could you goof around at all?
No, yeah, you could goof around, but the nature of making a film like that is, the fun of it is in the heightened creative atmosphere that you're in. So it's not like there's lots of laughs, because there's so much serious material going on, and there's so much that you have to create. The level is so high of the artistic work and the climate that Marty sets up that it's not a joking place.
Yeah.
As opposed to my show, which we do a lot of joking, because we have to.
Yeah.
My show, we're homicide cops on Law and Order, and you're dealing with death every week, and if you don't have some gallows humor, most of the day, you're going to be in trouble.
Be very depressed, I would think, at the end of the week.
Yeah.
All right, let me ask you one more question about that Goodfellas. Now, there's a scene when I believe it's you and some of the guys have been put away. They're in prison someplace.
Yeah.
And it's the big cooking scene. Now, is that you doing the cooking? Is where the slicing the garlic
That's
with
me.
with the razor blade.
Yes.
Now that's a great touch. You're slicing it very, very thinly.
Yes. Now, a lot of people have tried to do it. Apparently, it's difficult to do.
I would think so. But was that an idea you had, or was that
I
the
wish, that it would have been.
Yeah.
But it was not.
Yeah.
The fellow that I played, there was an actual person that I played by the name of Paulie, who actually did this.
Sliced it up very thinly with the razor blade. Yeah, it was a nice scene.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about the show. I keep wanting to say L.A. Law, but it's not L.A. Law.
Everybody wants to say it, but it's not L.A.
Not L.A. Law.
Law and Order.
Law and Order.
Yeah.
And what night is it on here on NBC?
It's on Tuesday nights, and now it's switched to 9. So make sure that you turn it on early, because it used to be at 10. Now for the rest of the season, it'll be on at 9. I want to say one thing about it.
Sure.
We are the first show of all the shows and all the networks to be picked up for next year.
Well, congratulations.
And this year, the ratings have jumped by about 3 points.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Yeah, more. Now, and this is a show, I think it reminds me of a show when I was a kid. There was one similar where the first half of the show, you got to see them apprehend the criminal, and then the second half, you got to see the case adjudicated.
Well, that's what happens, but I don't know what show that was.
I don't know. I'm thinking it was Judd for the defense, but I know it wasn't Judd for the defense. It was what? Arrest and trial.
Really?
Thank you very much.
I didn't know. Okay.
Yeah. And are you in both halves of the show?
No, I'm just at the beginning. We catch them, and Mike Moriarty cooks them.
Oh, well, that's good. Well, let's talk a little bit about other interests. You sing? You like to sing?
Yes.
And your dream is to sing at the Met?
That's correct.
Yeah. And have you got a selection picked out if that day ever comes?
Yes. Well, it's not that you pick a tune, you know. Okay, I want to sing. I want to sing "Red Roses and Sunset." No. It doesn't work that way. You go on and you sing an opera. You stand out there and you sing for 3 hours.
All right. And what would you sing had you the opportunity?
Well, I would probably sing Otello or Pagliacci or Turandot.
What do you think? Do you feel a little of that in you tonight?
Oh.
I wouldn't normally ask you this, but we have sailors in the audience.
Oh, that changes everything.
It would mean a lot to them.
My gosh.
Just a little. I don't want you to hurt yourself or anything.
Let's see. Okay.
Whatever you want, whatever you're comfortable with. Anything you do is going to be great. Wow. The power, I mean, I knew it would be loud, but I didn't realize it would be so powerful.
Thank you.
That's very, very impressive. So you really could do that if you...
Well, what's happening is I've been working with Maestro Decado for a few years.
Oh, he's very good.
As you know. And we're planning...
I've been working with Mama Celeste. Thank you.
And we're planning a concert in April, and probably with the Palm Beach Opera.
Oh, man, well, you'll be a killer. That'll knock him out.
That's what we're going to do. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, good for you.
Thank
and congratulations on the show. Happy New Year, and good to see you again. Paul Sorvino, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back.
From over 150 car nameplates, Motor Trend magazine selects the annual Best Buys. This one has won the award 3 straight years. Dodge Shadow ES. So we're throwing an award celebration sale. Now you can buy a Shadow ES for under 10 grand and still get a driver's airbag and a hot V6. So come celebrate with us. Drive a Shadow ES at your nearest Dodge dealer today.
I've got the worst cold a human being ever had. I've got a major presentation tomorrow. I've got to rest. And I'm out of NyQuil. I could take these, but I'd still be up all night coughing, which means I'd be a wreck for the presentation, which means I could get fired. But what am I gonna do? Go next door like an idiot and ask? Could I borrow a cup of NyQuil?
Once you know what NyQuil can do, nothing else will do.
After most meals and snacks, plaque pH can fall to levels where acid starts. These attacks can last up to 2 hours, increasing the risk of damage to your tooth enamel. That's when chewing can help. When you chew for 20 minutes, the chewing action produces and distributes more of your mouth's natural defense, saliva, which helps neutralize acid within minutes. So in addition to regular dental care, after eating, chew Wrigley's extra sugar-free gum, because chewing helps nature fight the acid attack.
Toyota Fawn year-end challenge
At Butler Toyota.
109 down, 109 a month. All 93 Corollas, all 93 4x2s and 4x4s. 109 down, 109 a month till springtime. Example, 93 4x2s, 109 down, 109 a month. There's just 187 a month on the balance. And you put 800 cash back in your pocket. But only while Toyota Fawn year-end challenge
At Butler Toyota in Macon.
Hi there. Welcome back to the program. Paul, you know what Paul Sorvino was singing? You know what opera that was from?
I don't.
El Nino. Our next guest helped define the term leggy supermodel. She is one of the most famous and successful models working today, and she also has her own, a brand new 1992 calendar. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the program, leggy supermodel, Elle Macpherson. Oh, Elle! I feel like I've had 2 weeks off now.
Welcome a lot.
Nice to see you. You look wonderful. Thank you very much. Oh, man, look at those deals. You look great. And let me just thank you here for putting up with our tomfoolery. It's all good-natured. You know, we think the world of you.
I realize that. It was a nice surprise to see you backstage.
Yes, wasn't it? Well, where should we begin? First of all, Happy New Year. What did you do for New Year's? Where did you celebrate?
I was in Aspen, Colorado.
Ah, that's where the beautiful people go to ski. That's what
I don't know about that. That's where there was very good snow this year.
Mm-hmm. Do you ski well?
Reasonably well.
Yeah.
I like to ski. That's most important.
Do you use the long skis or the short skis?
They're all long.
Really? I thought there were two methods of skiing. Yeah, the long skis or the short skis.
That's true. If you're going to do the bumps, you know, and hot dogs and stuff like that, which I don't do.
No, you can't do that. The moguls,
no.
Yeah.
Moguls.
Interestingly enough, when I was a child, for a time being, we had a family living next door to us named Short Ski.
No.
Just kind of flashed back to when I was like 3 or 4. The short skis, I don't know, they moved. The old man got transferred and they moved to Toledo.
Poor thing.
So that's where you spent Christmas and New Year's?
No, Christmas in New York. My very first Christmas away from Australia. I had a Christmas tree and stuff like that in New York.
Right.
And then I went on the 27th.
Oh, you know, I think that for people who may not live here or are not familiar with New York City, if you can come for the holidays, it's the best time.
It was so great. I mean, it was like a dream, especially for an Australian. I mean, you know, I'm used to summer kind of Christmases. The decorations and everything like that, it's really magic.
Your home city in Australia is what?
Sydney.
Sydney, Australia.
Yeah.
And Christmas, obviously, is their summer down there. So it's beer, you're sitting around
prawns,
eating
Barbie.
Cheese, getting sweaty.
Exactly, going to the beach.
And you have, now you're not going to be in the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue this year. How come?
Well, actually, it's a bit sadder. It's been a long time I've been working for Sports Illustrated,
Right.
and I missed not working with them this year, but it's a bit difficult to do kind of promote my own calendar and to promote their calendar at the same time.
Conflict of interest, you're saying?
Not really conflict of interest, just a lot of work.
Oh, too much work.
And figure, you know, it was time for me to do something
On your
alone.
own. On your
you know,
own.
and
No,
not
but-
rely on a big institution, because they can just kind of...
Yes, I know, but I think you, and I don't know the figures, but I think you probably have sold more swimsuit magazines for them than any other model, wouldn't you think?
You're such a sweetheart.
I mean, don't people identify you with
You're
that?
such... Isn't he sweet?
This is a great... Thank you. All right, do you mind if we look at the calendar a little bit? Okay. Now, what is the concept of the calendar? It's you all over the world in exotic locations?
In my favorite places. I decided for this calendar I was going to go to my favorite places. So there's some places, some in Australia, in Tahiti, in Bali, in the Bahamas.
Ever been to Gary, Indiana?
No, I haven't. But is that an invitation?
Oh, beautiful. Yes, I have a...
We can go on a hot date there.
I have a timeshare there in Gary, a vacation place. I get it a couple of months in August. We'll go right out.
Fabulous.
A couple of weeks in August. All right, let's just look at a couple of these. These are lovely. All taken by the same photographer?
Yes.
Taken by a man or a woman?
A man.
And is this a man you've worked with before? You feel comfortable with?
Reasonably.
Okay. All right. Where was that taken?
This was taken in the Bahamas.
Get you right out of those wet things. You'll catch your death of clothes.
I know.
Catch your death of clothes. Here we have. This is something here. This says lazy Sunday at home.
It's not really at home.
But you getting ready to watch Meet the Press there, I guess?
No, I'm getting ready to watch the Super Bowl.
This week with David Brinkley. Yeah.
It's me just hanging out watching the Super Bowl.
Lazy Sunday at home, Paul. Yeah, these certainly are lovely. All right, let's take a look at a couple other ones. Here, there was one I wanted to ask you about the sand.
There's a problem there.
You know, the kids could go tenting in this. What?
Multi-purpose calendar.
I can't seem to get to the one where there's sand. Oh, here. I just wanted you to look at it. We were looking at this in the office. This is a beautiful series of photos. Where were these taken?
They were taken in Australia.
All right, Hal, can you get down in here on this one? I just want you to look at the smile on this camel's face.
That's the reason why I chose it. I'm glad you noticed that.
This camel knows humps, you know what I mean? Stop it. I know, it's just now let me just find the sandy one. How are we doing? Oh, it's time to go? I'll decide when it's time to go tonight, thank you.
I'm going to stay here for the rest of the evening.
Oh, here it is. Oh, my, look at this one. Good Lord Almighty.
So?
There we go.
I sat down, and then I sat back up again. And that's how it was.
I would like to come back as a whisk broom. If I can come back in another life, would that it were. Well, I think that's enough cheap, ugly remarks for one night, don't you? It's a lovely piece of work, and it's on sale now, obviously.
Yes.
Yeah. How much does it cost?
I don't know.
Yeah.
$13.95 maybe.
Pretty good. Probably sell millions.
I don't know. It's done very well. We sold 130,000 in Australia.
Wow.
Which is pretty good. I mean, we're only
Very
16
good.
million people in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I'm working on next year's now.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to do.
Good for you.
We'll have to come up with an idea.
You want to hang around, or do you have to go? Does she have to go? What are we doing? What are we doing next?
I'll stay.
What are we doing?
I'm here.
Huh? We'll do a station identification. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
Jane, I'd like you to meet Peter. Peter makes movies.
Features.
We were just talking about this movie that HBO made. It was so intense. Did you make that movie?
No, I didn't.
Oh, are you talking about that HBO movie?
Yeah, really gutsy, huh?
Did you make that?
No, I didn't.
It was edgy.
No, I didn't make it.
Excuse me. I heard you make movies for HBO?
Yes, I do.
Original movies you don't want to miss. Just you wait.
We're at this Greasy Spoon to make a point about greasy stains and Whisk Power Scoop. Greasy stains can be the worst kind of stains. Stains like this and this. Ordinary detergent action barely budges tough grease. But Whisk Power Scoop doesn't work like ordinary detergents. It's organically powered to release the grease like that, to clean your whole wash like this and this. So when it comes to grease, you're either Whisk or without. Whisk.
If you're buying a new car tomorrow, this is a very special commercial.
So we'd like you to pay close attention, because you should know that in an independent test, the Honda Accord went 100,000 miles. You should also know that it lost to the Oldsmobile Achiever, which beat Toyota Camry as well. Whoever said television wasn't educational? It's your choice.
Teen idols from Beverly Hills 90210 talk teen sex.
As a guy, was there a lot of peer pressure?
Parents talk teen sex.
You could actually sit down and you could even ask him some questions.
Everyone's talking sex.
Oh my God, what have I done? I've created a sex maniac.
But are kids today listening?
It's okay to wait, it's okay to say no, and it's okay to use a condom.
Talking with TV's hottest teens about sex on the next Vicky.
Tuesday at 9 a.m. on TV 41.
Later with Bob Costas, Paul McCartney.
And she said, you may call me sir. And we're all going, oh dear, what have we got ourselves into, you know?
Dateline, Amy Fisher, an obsessed teen who confessed to shooting her alleged lover's wife. Now, for the first time on network television, Amy tells her story.
Reach, what are you doing with the phone book?
I'm just making a few calls, lining up a few guests for the show, you know.
Reach, the producers have to take care of that. You know that.
Oh, look. Wait, I found somebody good here.
And join us for the next live along with commish star Michael Chiklis.
Plus, he directs and he stars in Hoffa. Danny DeVito will be here on the next live. You know, you're absolutely right. They don't need our help.
Told you. Now maybe you could do something about the promos that we do.
Sorry.
Tuesday at 10 on TV 41.
It was against the rules to play in the car with my friends. And I knew it. I flattened Dad's new chicken coop.
It was me. I did it.
It's all right. I will never forget what Dad said that day. When you knew you were in big trouble, you still told the truth.
And we are so proud of you.
The important lessons in life are learned at home from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
A good way to start the new year.
Hold on and listen up.
Name someone famous you consider very boring to listen to. President Bush.
Because the new Family Feud will leave you speechless.
I get so excited when I try to say it.
So tune in and find out what everyone's trying to talk about.
Tell me something that's really hard for some people to say.
I love you.
All this week on the new Family Feud.
Family Feud, weeknights at 7:30 on 11 Alive.
Breaking down racist barriers on the next Montel Williams show.
Look, you know who we look like a little bit there?
Who do we look like?
Regis and Kathy Lee, just a little bit like that.
Watch out, guys.
Yeah. Let's see. With us tonight is Elle Macpherson is here. Lou Reed will be out here in a couple of minutes. And Jim Dwyer will be joining us. He's written a fascinating book about riding on the subways here in New York City.
Sounds wonderful.
Ever been on the subways here?
Not for a long time.
You smell nice. You smell great. You know, it's your cologne and your jacket. It's like being in a really smells like being in a really good luggage store.
I guess that's a compliment.
Oh, it is a compliment. Oh, yes, yes. Tomorrow on the program, ladies and gentlemen, get ready to jot this down on your sheets. Lee Merrick will be here with some kind of a scientific demonstration for us. Comedian George Miller will be here with some sort of comedy demonstration. and our old friend and one of the hosts of the Today Show. You know, the Today Show is 40 years old. They've been on the air for 40 years. I'll tell you how old the Today Show is on. They were on before television. Really? That's not true. No, people used to just leave their homes and come down and watch them do it in an empty room. The Today Show started out in a church basement. That's the truth. Yeah, and people would come in there and just sit down on folding chairs and watch them do their little. Well, it was more of a skit in those days.
No.
And from that it evolved into the show we know today. Oh yeah, I'm nothing if not fascinating. And anyway, Joe Garagiola will be with us tomorrow on the program. Now, we're going to do a commercial. We'll be back here with Lou Reed, kids.
cheap? With Mi Cucaracha's big deal, you get 2 tacos, 2 tamales, and 2 burritos for only 29 cents.
Everything cheap and nothing's pricey. We make burritos.
Still going. Nothing outlasts the Energizer battery. It keeps going and going.
Do you think a guy could fix up a broken marriage if he wanted to?
He'd have to have some fancy footwork.
My child bride has become an incredibly beautiful woman.
I just have one question. Where were you when we were married?
Can things really be better the second time around?
All of my ex-husbands have tried to reconcile with me. It never works.
On the next Divine Woman.
Tuesday at 4:30 on TV 41.
America's Bounty, brought to you by the 20 million people who put food on your table.
On the next Mama's Family.
I'm just... Great River Run. Never underestimate the power of one. From a grain of sand, there's a mountain bigger. That's the power of one. 'Cause all of us are greater. By the power.
Give to the Canathon now through December 31st.
Last year, Lou Reed published a selection of his lyrics entitled Between Thought and Expression. Now he has a brand new album entitled Magic and Loss. There it is right there. Yeah. Spokesmodel Elle Macpherson. Playing tonight with Mike Rathke. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the show, Lou Reed. Lou!
Life's like a mayonnaise soda, and life's like space without room, and life's like bacon and ice cream. That's what life's like without you. Life's like forever becoming, life's forever dealing in hurt. Now life's like death without living. That's what life's like without you. Life's like Sanskrit read to a pony. I see you in my mind's eye, strangling on your tongue. What good is knowing such devotion? I've been around, babe. I know what makes things rhyme. What good is seeing eye chocolate? What good's a computerized nose? And what good was cancer in April? Why no good? No good at all. Killing. What good is rain that falls up? What good's a disease that won't hurt you? Why no good? No good at all. What good are these thoughts that I'm thinking? It must be better not to be thinking at all. A styrofoam lover with emotions of concrete. No, not much, honey. Not much at all. What good is life without living? What good's this lion that barks? You love to life, others throw away nightly. It's not fair. Oh, not fair at all. What's good? Oh, what's good, baby? What's good? good? Not much at all. Hey, come on, baby, tell me what's good. What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Not much at all. Hey, what's good? What's good? Hey, baby, what's good? Life's good. Life's good. Life's good. What's good? Life's good. Not much at all.
Good to see you again, Lou. Sounds great. Happy New Year. Thanks for being here. Lou Reed, kids. We're going to do a commercial. We'll be right back.
Today, you have the most personalized choices ever to feel your most beautiful. From Salon Selecteds comes two styling lines, the moisturizing and the bodifying.
Choose to be your most beautiful, salon beautiful.
Choose moisturizing styling products to replenish, bodifying products to add volume. With greater personalization, you'll feel like you just stepped out of a salon.
Choose to be your most beautiful.
It's hot. It's spicy. It sizzles. It's the new hot-looking, hot-blooded Ford Ranger. The 1993 Ford Ranger. It's the hottest thing to hit America since the chili pepper.
Ford trucks, the best ever
After most meals and snacks, plaque pH can fall to levels where acid starts attacking teeth. These attacks can last up to 2 hours, increasing the risk of damage to your tooth enamel. That's when chewing can help. When you chew for 20 minutes, the chewing action produces and distributes more of your mouth's natural defense, saliva, which helps neutralize acid within minutes. So in addition to regular dental care, after eating, chew Wrigley's extra sugar-free gum, because chewing helps nature fight the acid attack.
My glasses are so heavy. Can Lens Crafters help?
You need Lens Crafters exclusive featherweights. Lighter, slimmer.
They're so light and so comfortable. I hardly know I've got them on.
Lens Crafters better fit for greater comfort in about an hour.
When your batteries are performing, you're on top of the world. But you never know when they're about to take a fall. Only Duracell has the Copper Top Battery Tester, so you can be sure your batteries will be riding high. You can't top the Copper Top.
Hold that up. Hold the book. Lou Reed, Paul, great as ever. Lou Reed, terrific job. And I must say, I don't want to embarrass you, I think some of your best tambourine playing ever.
This is a real instrument.
I understand.
Don't forget it.
I know, I'm not.
This is an instrument.
I'm not mocking you, believe me. Are you ready to bring out our next guest? Yeah, I love this. Its co-host format is working out swimmingly, don't you think? Our next guest was the Subway columnist for New York Newsday and is the author of this book. Oh, look right up. Yeah, there you go. That's right. Subway Lives. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the author, Jim Dwyer. Jim, come on out. And, say hello to us. Yeah, do you mind? Elle Macpherson, Jim Dwyer, nice to see you. Come on over here, Jim. Yeah. Have a seat. Welcome to the show. It's a leggy supermodel.
Yes, I see. Yeah.
It's a little like being on the D train, isn't it?
Get sweaty, yeah.
That's it. First of all, tell me about your column. I didn't realize that New York Newsday had a Subway column. Were you the originator of the column?
I was the second.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And it was a daily column, a weekly column?
God, no, 3 times a week.
3 times a week, and you would chronicle the activities, the comings and goings of the subway and the system and the people and
The
so on.
goings, the stoppings, the waitings.
All right. Let's just start with a couple of general questions about the system. Compared to other mass transit systems in the world, how is it good? Is it bad? Does it stink?
Well, you know, a couple of years ago, they wanted to, you know, we have these turnstiles.
Yes.
You put a token in and you go in. But this is very old, and they wanted to get something more modern. So they sent a guy around the world, and he had a good chance to compare all the turnstiles in, you know, Brazil and everything. So, but when he went to Brazil, you know, he wanted to test them to see if they would work like the New York turnstiles. So he took a box of French fries and shoved them into the coin slot. And then he got some ketchup and you know, squirted that down the gullet of the French. And this is before the eyes of the horrified Rio subway people. And they told him they didn't have any problems like that, except that at night sometimes people would come home late from a party and they would use the coin slot to relieve themselves. So their solution in Rio was to make the return come right out on your foot.
Oh, my.
Turnstile justice.
But hygiene notwithstanding, is it a good system in that it accomplishes its intended purpose, or?
Oh, it's tremendous. I mean, you know.
How did you get here tonight?
I took the subway.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Right into the building?
Right under the door, 4 stops. I mean, you got 4 trains that stop down here.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow. I'll have to get down there one day.
4 trains a month.
But is it on time? Is it late? And I can remember being on the subway, and it seems like 1 out of every 2 or 3 trips, it would just stop, and you'd sit there in a darkened tunnel for no real reason. And one time, we just had to climb out. I mean, is that just all part of it, or is we got real problems?
What do you want for $1.25?
Yeah, I suppose so. Is it dangerous, more dangerous than people think, or not as dangerous?
You know, I had this experience a couple of years ago. I just found out the CIA actually came here and tested poison gas in the tunnels. And they had this guy come along. He was, you know, calculator on the waist and the glasses and everything. And he invented all sorts of great stuff. He invented fluorescent lights that would, you know, zoom out your eyes, and galoshes that would melt your feet. So they sent him into the subways with a group of helpers. And they had little light bulbs, and they went from station to station throwing these bulbs with little foofs of supposedly innocuous gas. And this didn't come out for many years, but when it finally did come out, people said, why are they wasting money on it? Poison gas for a subway ride? We're marinated in anthrax from the minute we get down there. You know? And you know, what we're really afraid of is oxygen.
Yeah. But why were they testing poison gas in the subway
They
system?
wanted to see if, you know, the Russians would come and take over the subways or something. I don't know. I mean, I thought they had enough problems.
Gee, I'm confused by that. You mean while people were riding the subway cars, they're setting off poison gas down there?
Well, they said it was innocuous. They wanted to see if the Russians could come.
Oh, it's the safe kind of poison gas.
Yes, it's the good kind.
What am I thinking of? It's that harmless poison gas. What about the problem of people leaping turnstiles and also people sucking tokens out of the device?
Well, yeah. You know, they have a thing in the turnstile where if you jam it up with paper or something like that, put your token down, it'll get suspended. And eventually the usual commuter or strap hanger rushing off to work will get waved through the gate. Then the sucker comes out, puts his lips on the thing, and actually sucks it right out.
Right.
And this was very low-tech, disgusting technique.
Yeah.
That it was so disgusting, even the Transit Authority here in New York could not solve it until one of the clerks came out with a jar of red cayenne pepper and shoved it into the turnstile. And every time the sucker came along, you got a mouthful of that.
Yeah. Now there are. Can you quickly, Jim? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, kids. I feel like I'm Chuck Woolery arranging a second date now. The story about the woman and the axe on the subway. The people are about to accost her, and she has the hatchet. What was that?
Well, this woman, Lila Khan, she's a tremendous Chinese cook and actress, and she was coming home one night. She cooked down in Soho at a good restaurant, and used to bring all her own cutlery because the stuff down there was no good. And she was coming home about 2 o'clock in the morning. She was in what I call subway glaze, which is this sort of state of non-sleep in which your eyes are closed, but if you have to run for your life, you can't right away. So she was sitting down there, and, you know, she's sitting there all alone in subway glaze, and along comes these 4 or 5 folks who just crowd right in next to her, an empty car. And one on either side of her, a couple on the other side, and she doesn't know what to do until she realizes what's in her bag. So she reaches in, pulls out the cleaver and slowly begins to pare her fingernails. And the ones on either side of her didn't know what was going on, but the guys across from her looked at her and said, "Oh no, it's Mama Kung Fu."
Yeah. Took
Raced
off.
out of the
Sure,
car.
absolutely. Take your own cutlery when traveling by subway. All right, let's do another commercial. We'll be right back, kids.
Walt Disney World invites you to be our guest. Call 407-WDisney.
Mom, my new leotard! Oh, what happened? It must have been when I braked for the pothole. It looked like the grape juice exploded.
And the ballet's tomorrow.
Honey, we'll get it out. But I thought it was hopeless. I just bought this Tide, so I crossed my fingers and threw it in.
Tide with bleach alternative for Tide cleaning and bleach-like whitening. This liquid detergent gets it this white, but Tide with bleach alternative gets it whiter.
And Jenny looked perfect.
If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide.
If the last Jeopardy squeaked by you, here's another chance to play.
Famous rodents for 200.
Here I come to save the day means that this mouse is on his way.
Here's a hint. This mouse could fly. We'll be back with the solution in a moment. On the next Golden Girls.
Mom, what are you doing? Food sounds like there's a hurricane a-coming.
No storm's gonna rain on Rose's telethon.
Rose, I just got a pledge for $50 if you will stop singing. And I'll throw her another 50 if you slam the piano lid on her fingers.
Through thick and thin, the show must go on.
I'd like to sing you a song entitled, I Never Thought I'd Grow a Hair There.
Fundraising on the next Golden Girls.
Tuesday at 4 on TV 41.
Time's up. Did you get the right rodent?
Here I come to save the day means that this mouse is on his way. Israel.
Who's Mighty Mouse?
Yes.
Experiment with this category on the next Jeopardy!
Tuesday at 7:30 on
December 31st.
Hey, all right. The book is called Subway Lives. It's a great idea for a book. I'm sure it'll do quite well for you.
Hope so.
Yeah, okay. You're not paying attention, are you? My thanks also to Lou Reed and Paul Sorvino. Elle and I will be back tomorrow night. Thanks for being here. Good night, everybody.